So now I'm going to show you how task dependency work, how you can make tasks depend on each other in terms of schedule, and how tasks can be related like that through very neat Excel formulas. So for the brainstorm activities and its 3 sub-activities, I've set one of them, the first one, meet with research associates. It's supposed to start on January 15th and take about 3 weeks, 21 days. Now the next task will be to meet with students. Meeting with students should take place about a week after I start the meeting with research associates. So let's do that. In the planned start date for the meeting with students task, I will enter the following formula: equal, and I will add the actual start date of the previous task. Why the actual start date? Well, let's say that the meeting with the research associates was scheduled for January 15th, but simply takes place 2 days later. Can only start 2 days later. Someone's sick, someone doesn't show up, or simply delays happen. This is flexibility is the core of project management. The actual start date is when it will start in real life. The planning doesn't change, but the timing changes slightly. So this is what you want to take into consideration when you create task dependency. You want the tasks that are supposed to start at the end or after another task to actually happen on it, not when it's scheduled, but when it's possible to do so. So this is why I select the actual start date. Now we said 7 days later, so that would mean that I add to the formula plus 7. If it was 7 days earlier, it would be minus 7. And the unit is always in terms of days. Always. Now I press tab. So now you can see the task is set to start 7 days after the start of the previous task. Now let's say that it lasts for about 14 days or 2 weeks. So now I want you to note that the two tasks, meet with research associates and meet with students, end at the same time on February 5th, 2017. Now let's say that for the third task, which is drafting the research planning document, which is basically gathering all the summaries from the 2 meetings that happened. Let's say that this has to start when both previous tasks are done. Both must be done. All the meetings must be completed. Now, you will want this task to be dependent on the actual end date of both meetings. Basically, you want it to start with the task that finishes last. For example, if one of them ends on February 7th instead of February 5th, you want the drafting, the research planning to start on February 7th. So let's do that. Again, you put equal, and this time we'll type a formula. It's called max, for maximum. When you start typing, you should see it show up. You can double click to select it, or press tab. Now, it capitalizes it, it adds a parenthesis, and now you're going to select both cells that are concerned by this. Basically, the 2 cells that are the actual end dates of the previous tasks. Here we go. Close the parenthesis and press tab. And let's say that this task lasts for about 7 days. Et voila!